It's a desperate situation, these poor plants. Somebody call the plant, please. Honestly. Poor plants. Hey everyone, welcome back. I thought we'd do a plant repotting video. I need to repot all my plants. They've needed it for years now. I wish I was exaggerating, but years. We're gonna go through each plant. We'll speed through some parts of it. We'll talk through some parts of it. This is just a relaxing, hanging out video, getting some chores done that need to get done. And I'm bringing you along for the ride for some motivation. I hope you enjoy. If this kind of video is the kind of video you're looking for here on the internet, maybe consider liking, subscribing to my channel, sticking around for future videos. Let's get right in to repotting some plants. I have my dusting rag because the plants are going to need dusting. It's been a minute since I've dusted them. I've got a selection of different size pots that I might want to use throughout. And then I also have a little jar. It's a, what is it, Martinelli's? Yeah, Martinelli's apple juice jar that I'm going to put some cuttings in as well. I'm going to fill this up with some water. And I'm also going to go grab my watering can because I'm going to need to water the plants as I repot them. If you're repotting your plants alongside, make sure you've got all your things gathered and ready to go. Make it a lot easier than running around looking for stuff in the middle of doing our project. I like to do that personally, gather all my stuff first. Makes it easier for me, less likely to get distracted with something else. Yeah, I'm gonna fill this up. I'm gonna go grab my watering can. I'll be right back. I think we're gonna start out with this plant, which is a resurrection plant. I did take a small cutting off of this and it actually worked out really well. It rooted really well in the water and I gave it to my sister-in-law for Christmas. But I do want to take, I think, a couple more cuttings off this because that worked out so well and I would love to have some more resurrection plants around my house just because they do so well in dim light and my house's lighting is atrocious. I'm just using a plain pair of scissors. I am not a gardening expert. We're just hanging out and doing our chores together. So judgment-free zone here on how we're doing this. If you got some hot tips, I'm always love to hear them in the comments. So don't be afraid to leave some comments with ideas and stuff, but just know that this is a judgment-free zone. I might do things wrong. That's okay. This is just how I'm doing them. I have a couple of these that are really long and lengthy. I want to leave these smaller ones. That's what I think. I might be wrong. That might be the worst thing to do, but that's what I'm going to do. Normally when I take cuttings, I take it down to the next nodule, and these don't actually have nodules, but I know that I can't really hurt this plant, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take it all the way down at the base. But I'm not going to put it in all the way at the base because I don't want it to be this long. So I'm going to cut it, let's say right here. And then we'll go ahead and we'll put that in a container of water. Where did that go? Oh, right here behind me. Use my head if it wasn't attached. So far, one cutting down. And then I might take another one from this plant as well. Do I want to take this really long one? I feel like I do. Is this flowering? Oh, that's flowering. Not the really long one, this one. That's exciting. Oh, this seems like the main one, though. I'm afraid if I take it, I'll kill the plant. It's a resurrection plant. You can't kill it, Amy. Go ahead and do it. I'm going to cut it off all the way down here. Should I do it up higher? I'm going to do this one up higher. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to do it at the base. Ah! Let's see if I kill my plant. I've had this plant for 7 years now, and it's doing really well. So hopefully I don't kill it by going crazy and making rash decisions. But you know what? That's how I live my life. It's the Aries in me. Thank goodness for my Taurus placements that keep me grounded. I'm gonna dust these off. Should dust this one too. Dusting your plants helps them process their light, which is their food, better. So you're helping feed your plants when you keep them dusted. Plus it allows them to breathe. They need to be able to breathe. 2 cuttings from that one. And then I think I'm gonna cut the next tallest one. That way we only have the shorter ones in here. I feel good about that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take this next tallest one. Okay. We're gonna call that good for now for clippings off of that one. We got 3 beautiful clippings. I'm gonna put this in my sunniest window. And let's move a few of these other plants out of the way. Part of me is curious if these parts without any leaves would do anything if I put them in the water. What's it gonna hurt? The worst thing is I'm gonna take them out in a couple days because they're gonna die. Let's do it. I'll report back. I'm also gonna cut off the ends of some of these that have some damage, just so it can be a little healthier. I'm gonna go ahead and, use this bigger white pot here to mix my dirt and things in because there's no holes in the bottom. Look how root bound this is. When I say years, I mean years. And what I usually do with the old soil is I'll throw this out in my garden. So it's not completely wasted soil, but I'm going to get 100% brand new soil for these plants right now because it has been so long. I don't want to disturb the roots too much here. I do want to disturb them a little bit so they get a little awake. We'll notice that they've been released from their prison, but not so much that I disturb the plant completely. It is still late winter, and I don't want to mess it up too bad. Again, I don't know how much I can mess it up because it is a resurrection plant, but I just prefer not to try. And then I need something that will fit in here because this is the cute little pot I use on top of my, what is that called? The fireplace hearth? Is it a hearth? I believe a hearth. Perfect. A little bit bigger than the one I had it in before. This is what it was in before. So you don't want it so much bigger that it overwhelms the plant, but you want it big enough that it gives it room to stretch its roots, its feet. And I'm just going in with this Expert Gardener potting mix soil from Expert Gardener, I guess is the brand. I don't know. It's what I picked up. It's what they had at the store that I was at the time. I'm just using a smaller little pot to scoop it in to the new pot here. A couple scoops. And then we'll go ahead and we'll get this placed in there nicely and slowly fill around it. Actually feel like I need a little bit more on the underneath because I want the plant's crown sitting just a little bit higher on there. And maybe even a little higher than that. That's better. Okay, now we're going to slowly fill around it. going to press down a little bit firmly on the soil at the top. Not so firm that we compact it and the plant can't breathe, but enough that it's going to give it some structure. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you what I do when I do my plants. Put this in here. And voila. We have an aesthetically pleasing plant. That's not what Scully said on Little Mermaid. Aesthetically pleasing. Voila. And you have an aesthetically pleasing hairdo. These do look like they could use some support, but they actually lean against the wall on my hearth, so they have the support from the wall. And no, they're not growing into the wall or anything. They don't have any roots on them, so it's not a concern about damaging the wall. She's done. She has been completed. What plant shall we move on to next? This orchid is going to require some serious love. Look at it. It's literally trying to escape its pot. That's how bad a shape it's in. We're going to take care of that one separate because I need to get my orchid potting soil out for that. I do have some. That's separate. Let's get to this palm right here, which is pretty tall. And I feel like it has really outgrown its pot. I really do like the clay pots because I can't overwater the plants, but they do get a mineral buildup around them, which is a little frustrating and can look a little unappealing. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in with this really big black pot, and then that will go in this white one after we're all done. And then we'll do the same thing. We're just going to fill up the bottom. I'm going to need a bigger one to start here. Go ahead and we'll use this. And this soil is moist, but not so moist that it clumps when I squeeze it. See, when I squeeze it, it still comes apart, but it doesn't completely fall apart instantly because there is some moisture to it. I don't know if you can tell. Look at this poor dried out palm tree though. It is dying for some water. And its roots, do you see how they're sticking up above the soil? It's a desperate situation, these poor plants. Somebody call the plant police, really. Honestly. Poor plants. Oh my gosh, that soil is so dry. Again, root bound, as you can see. I hope this pot isn't too much bigger. It is definitely bigger by more than a recommended size by any gardening experts. But we're not gardening experts. We're people doing our own thing, making our own decisions. And if it's a plant that dies, it dies. I feel like if a plant is meant for me, it will survive my craziness. And if it's not, then it wasn't the plant for me, you know? Yeah. Probably a flawed theory, but it's a theory nonetheless. I need some more in the bottom of this. This isn't sitting up quite as high as I want it to yet. Oh, this plant is going to be so happy to have some fresh soil. Go ahead and lovingly put some dirt around that. Now, I could have put rocks at the bottom of this, and I probably should have, but oh well. We'll see. I can always repot it later if I decide that it's not getting good enough drainage, but I think it will be okay. Most of these plants are about 7 years old. I bought them when we first moved into this house. Some of them are a little older. But before we moved to this house, we were living in a RV. And so we didn't have a lot of plants because plants equal moisture and RVs already have enough moisture issues. See those people online living in RVs with tons of plants, and I just know that's a huge moisture nightmare. Unless maybe, I guess if you're in like California or somewhere that's not Washington, that's not already humid, that maybe you don't have that issue. But I lived in a trailer for 3 years, and I tell you, moisture was always an issue. Okay, I feel good about that. Let's go ahead and we'll dust this plant as well. All my poor plants are just bent over reaching for the light. I don't know if you can see it on camera here. How the top of the plant is just bent over. It's reaching for the light. And yes, I have a light above them as well, like a plant light, but it's not enough. They want the real sun and they're gonna reach for it. I'm hoping getting them in some new soil will help some of that. They won't feel like they need to get so much nutrition from the sun. They'll be able to pull their nutrition from the soil like they should. I kind of feel like I should have split this into two separate plants because it really is two separate plants. Ooh, hindsight's 2020. We're gonna leave it for now. Maybe next time I repot them. Set this one aside. Oh, you went outside, baby? My kitty cat out. Let's do this one next. This is a 7-year-old plant. Look how tiny it is. It's sad. But I'm gonna hopefully repot it here and we'll have a little better luck. I'm gonna cut this down. This leaf is actually really sunburnt and damaged, so I'm gonna cut this one off. As much as it pains me to cut even one leaf off of this plant. I'm not sure if I want to repot this in the same pot or completely different. Like maybe a smaller pot, but I think for now I'm gonna leave it in this pot. I'm kind of trying to decide. I have this really cool string of pearls or string of peas. It's one of those plants, and the window I have it in, it's not doing so well in, and I got some macrame hanging things my mom had given me a while back that I forgot about that I just ran across. This might be fun to plant in that, and then I could put this in the other windowsill in this. I need it to be a skinny pot for that windowsill. Maybe I'll do that and see if it likes it over here better. I think it's going to be too sunny in that window though. It doesn't really want anything too sunny. Maybe I can put my orchid over here. Maybe my orchid will do better over here. I'll think about that. We're going to set this aside for right now. And we're going to just repot this back into the same pot. I'm actually really scared to repot this one because I'm scared it's going to kill it. And I really love it. But we're going to see what happens. It can't keep living like this. So it's got to have some change. Oh, it doesn't want to come out. It's really stuck to the side of the planter. I don't want to rip it. There we go. I'm going to reuse that pot. We're going to get all this old soil off of it first. Just gently squeezing it. I can't tell you how happy I'm going to be to have this crossed off my to-do list because it has been on my to-do list forever. I keep just transferring it onto new to-do lists, repot plants. For Christmas, I ended up giving away some cuttings, like I said, and decided to just grab a big bag of potting soil because then I would force myself to do the repotting of all my plants. And you know what? It worked. Amazing how much easier it is when you actually have the tools you need to do such things, isn't it? I think this bag of potting soil was $8 maybe, and it's a pretty big bag. I think I'm gonna get all of these plants repotted. Plus I was able to gift some plants for the holidays, which was amazing. Oh no, I accidentally tore one of its little fuzzy feet. This is one of the things I love about it. It has little fuzzy feet. There's a word for these. I can't remember what it's called right now. A lot of friends have them though. Cute little fuzzy feet. I hope it lives. Pray for my plant. Let's do this one. This next tall one. This one I actually still have the little thing in it. The little thing in it. Words are hard. And you know what? Maybe it's not even in the right plant because the pictures on it are multiple different plants. So I can't even be sure that this belongs to this plant. Who knows? Who knows? It's a wild game around here with Amy. And then let's get to dusting these long leaves. And this one I feel like could go in a bigger pot as well, but I think what I'm going to do is actually split this into 2 separate pots. So we'll reuse this pot from earlier. I don't want to reuse this one. This one has a lot of mineral staining. I might want to clean this one first. Let me go grab a different pot and I'll be right back. Do you miss me? I know you did. I found some plant supports while I was out there too. Cool. Maybe I should, I know it's a little late in the video, but maybe you want to see more of the actual planting of what I'm doing. Less in my face. Let's do that. Oh, it's really stuck in here. Oh, wow. Ooh, we got it. Whew, that'll work. I was afraid I was gonna break that plant. 2 pots here. Hopefully I'm able to split this fairly easily. I wasn't even able to get it out of the pot very easily. I don't know why I think I'm going to be able to split it very easily. You know what, actually? There's a split right here between this section of plant and this section of the back plant, and I feel like that might be a better place to try to split it. See what happens. Okay, okay. Oh, I'm feeling good about this. Okay. Little to no damage to the roots. Fantastic. We love that for us. Oh, yay. I'm so happy. Okay. The little things in life. We got to take those accomplishments when we can. One down. This is the one I want to go for next. This poor sad plant that needs water. Needs more than water. Needs fresh soil. A lot of love. It's really sad looking today. Let's get this in a new pot and get it some moisture because it is sad. It is thirsty. This one has a lot of mineral staining too, but I am going to just reuse this pot. This has got the hardest leaves to dust because it's got these curly leaves, but I love the curly leaves. Next up, this poor prayer plant is so sad. It's trying though. Look, it's coming up with some new ones. It's always trying though. It's always just surviving, and I would like it to thrive. I would love for it to thrive. I'm gonna go ahead and I guess take it out of this pot and reuse this pot. Poke through the hole in the bottom. Yeah, that worked. I had a red one of these, a different variegation, and it died, which was sad because I really liked the red one. Not that I don't like this one. This one has the red in it too. It has the little red dots. The other one I had was, the leaf was mostly red and the dots were green. I might buy another one someday, but again, kind of say if it dies, it wasn't meant for me, and I usually don't try to repurchase a plant. This is the same kind, it's just a different variation. Variation? How do you say that properly? The ends of these leaves are all effed up from it being too dry. Not getting enough water. Need to be better about watering someday. And yes, I realize that maybe I should put them in a pot that holds water better, but then I overwater them. So it's a balance. Now this plant definitely needs a bigger pot as well, or to be separated into multiple pots. I can't decide what I want to do with it. I'll show you off camera here. This is my Medusa plant, and I love it. It's like growing out the top. The crown is all the way up here. Well, let's take it out of the pot first and see what it looks like on the inside. Just pulled right out. Boop. One solid piece. Okay. Oh, these little things inside look so dehydrated, these little things. I think they're supposed to be full of water. They are not. Now, I could Google it and figure out how to separate this properly. And I probably should. I'm not going to. Judge me all you want. All right, we freed one. Let's put it back in this pot that it came out of. One Medusa fern, and then I'm going to put the remainder of that plant into this pot. I might need a different pot. You know what? I'm going to use this pot. This is pretty. I'm going to cut some of this dead stuff off of it, but for the most part, I'm going to tuck the dead stuff just down into the dirt to decompose and turn into nutrition for the rest of the plant. All right, pray for Medusa, okay? Just pray for her. We hope she lives. The mess we've made. Okay, we're gonna see if I can root this. This is broken right here, so I'm gonna cut it right where it's broken, and then I'm gonna peel off. We'll see what happens. I'm not putting any rooting liquid or any kind of rooting medium in here. It's just water. I don't think these root like this at all, but we got them anyway, so why not experiment and see what happens. A couple more plants here. Getting down to it. Got my silver nerve plant. I love this plant so much. And it is dramatic and passes out every time I don't water it for 5 seconds. That work? Careful. This plant is going to hate me after this. It really doesn't like to be touched. I'm going to try to root this little piece right here. And this little one I'm going to try to root too. A couple of the leggier pieces, they have like these long, the plant is all the way on the end here, and it's got this long leg. I'm going to tuck the leg down into the dirt, and hopefully that will root. We're gonna see what happens here, I guess. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if any of this is gonna survive, or if I'm gonna come out tomorrow and this whole plant's just gonna be completely dead. This is one I would purchase again. I've had silver vine plants quite a bit. I don't know why this one is just as dramatic as it is. I'm just gonna need to make sure I keep this really well watered the next week or so. It's really sad from what it was, but I'm hoping it will come back stronger than it ever was now that we got more in the middle and less of the legs just hanging over. And I'm going to take this other piece, this bigger piece that already has some roots, and I'm going to go ahead and plant this. And this cute little owl planter, I'm going to put it in. Oops, I forgot to put the little filter in the bottom of it. Oh well. Last thing I need to repot is this plant I want to hang, which I don't want to hang in this because that's going to be too heavy. I think I want to use this one that has a built-in bottom, but I feel like it's going to be too small for this. I think it will fit. Could be bigger. I think this is good enough. And then that will be really cool with the pearls hanging over it. Now, I'm not going to put too much of this dirt in here because this dirt I did change not that recently in this plant. And it needs more perlite or whatever you want to call it. What's that stuff called? the white stuff that keeps the moisture. And I feel like this has the right ratio already. Oh, is this even gonna work? Holy crap. No words. There's like no roots down low. They're all like right at the top. Okay. Wow, that's just all gonna hang over. Amazing and beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, I need some more dirt in here though. Not sure where I'm gonna hang this. Technically, I'm not supposed to put any hooks or anything in my ceiling, but I think I can hang a hook from the side of something. That's what I'm imagining in my head anyways. We'll figure it out. Okay, cool. Yay! I love this hanging light. Look at that. She's so pretty. Let's do our last thing that we're going to do today, which is to put the orchid into here. Clean this dirt mess first. And I have my orchid potting mix. We're going to go ahead and get that taken care of. I have made such an unbelievable mess. It's amazing. Pure talent to be me. People just don't know what it takes. Let's get this orchid into something different. You know what? This is a bad idea. This is about to go straight through here. It's okay. Go like that. All right. Let's see if we can help this orchid. It's ready to go. It says, see you later. Should we take off all the dead, gross stuff? Cut off the tip of this. Ooh, that needs to go. That. That's exactly how I want it. Okay, let's see if we can put some of this orchid mix that was already in here. Top. I don't know that I did that right, so orchid people don't come after me, but has been done. I'm gonna try this in my kitchen window, see if it lives a little better life in the kitchen window. I'm gonna clean up this huge mess that I made here. And then I'll show you the plants I'll put back on their plant stand, all repotted. Here are our plants. It's been a few months. I waited until I finished editing to film this outro for you because I wanted to give the plants a little bit longer to acclimate to their new pots. And so you could see that. A few of them did really well. Some of them not so much, like this one, unfortunately. Remember all the hanging beautiful pearls? Well, they are no longer, I think, I disturbed the root system too much, but it seems to be coming back. I'm taking care of it. It's in plant ICU, but I think it's going to be okay. This is doing incredible, this prayer plant. You remember it from, well, remember it minutes ago for you, months ago for me. And one of the other larger prayer plants. And then I'll show you a few of the other plants that aren't on this stand. The resurrection plant is doing really well. We also have the orchid doing pretty well. It's not flowered yet, but it hadn't flowered previously, so we'll see. I mean, it flowered when I first bought it, but it hasn't flowered since. Summer hasn't quite started yet. We're gonna give it just a little bit more time, and hopefully we might get some flowers off of it this year. There's some plants I didn't repot in the video. They need some TLC as well, but we'll get to them on another day. And then the other portion of that prayer plant that I split, both sections are doing really well. I actually think this one might be doing better than the other, honestly, but they're both doing really well. And then finally, we've got these plants doing amazing. Well, actually plant, because this one is my aloe that, again, with the other aloes that are in the other window, still need some love and haven't been taken care of yet. Look at it growing out of its pot. I know, it's sad. We'll get to it. And then this one we did repot. It's doing really well. And then these are all the plants that I rooted that I haven't potted yet, but the roots took really well on most of them, except for the ones I mentioned in the video. And we'll get those into some new pots soon. Maybe we'll do a video with the aloe and that as well. We'll see. It's getting to be summer, so it's a lot more outdoor plant time going on. I might not get to it till fall. All right, everyone, that's it. That's all the plants repotted, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.